Hey guys, Toolman Tim here. Welcome back to the workshop where we build business, create community, find freedom, and share success. It's another wonderful Wednesday, and you know what that means? It's time for another Tool Time Gear review. And this week I'm going to talk about one of the most boring old man products that I've ever reviewed on a Tool Time Gear review, and that is a parts organizer. Hey guys, if you got a minute, run by toolmantim.co and check out everything that I'm up to. Talks about my videos there, my YouTube channel, my ODYSEE channel, and even sign up for my monthly workshop newsletter. Alright, so like I said, I'm an old man, or at least I'm heading toward being an old man, and one sure sign of being an old man is that I spend more time organizing my garage than I do working in my garage. Now, that being said, let me tell you a little story. I bought years ago at a yard sale one of those upright, pull the drawers out, nothing locks into place, parts or bolts organizer. Worked great as long as it just sat on its shelf in the garage. No problem, right? Now, the problem came when I needed to take it with me. And this all came to a head about a month ago when I was plowing with my quad and the battery caught fire. Had to replace it, and it's the screw-in terminals with, take a nut and a bolt. And I needed a different size because the only battery I had was a little bit bigger. And I couldn't get the quad back up to the garage, so I had to bring my bolts to me. So I brought that thing, I threw it in the back seat, no problem, fixed the quad up, finished plowing, drove the truck back. When I got back to my garage, every bolt under the sun was on the floor. I took a turn too hard, I don't know what I did. All the drawers came out, bolts went everywhere. I took the cussing, and I decided right then and there I was not going to have it anymore. I wanted a mobile solution for my nuts and bolts, my leg bolts, wing nuts, lock washers, the whole works. I wanted something mobile that would sit in there, that I could see everything, that I could throw it in the back of a truck. I could go 100 miles an hour on a grid road and never have to worry about losing a nut or a bolt in the back seat of my truck again. So I started doing some digging, and lo and behold, my handy dandy Dewalt had a product. Imagine that, they actually had a few products. So I bought a slightly larger one that's a 10 compartment one. You'll see a review on that down the road because I like to talk about organizing. But this was the beast that I settled on for all my nuts and bolts. And I decided I needed two of them, but I didn't figure you need to see both of them full of nuts and bolts. So I brought this one in. And this one has 5 across, 4 down compartments. And the middle ones in there, these guys, can be taken out so that you can make a larger bin. So if you need to have, like, say, a 4 or a 5-inch bolt in there, it'll work as well. But for me, I've got it organized. I'm down to, I believe, 3.5-inch bolts is all I basically ever figure I need. If I need anything else, I can go get it. But this is the beast as far as that goes. It's about 30 bucks Canadian on Amazon. Right now, it's not available. I don't know why. I must have bought the last two. Same on the US Amazon site, not available there either, but it's 16 bucks on homedepot.com. So they're absolutely worth it for $16 American. 30 bucks Canadian, they're still pretty much worth it. They have the side, just go right there, we'll show you. What I like about these side latches is, number one, they act as an extra protection on the top, so if these little latches fail, it's going to stay together. But it's also, flip it around, and it's a stackable pro organization system is what they call it. So you can stack both these 20 compartment ones and my 10 compartment ones all latched together. I really like that. Now, see-through, obviously, which is great. Polycarbonate, so it's tough. It has a rubber gasket along the entire lid so that hopefully water won't get in it. You can see nothing goes anywhere. It all stays in the compartments, which I like. Now, if you had really thin fender washers or some really fine finish nuts or finish nails in there, they might slide under the compartment. The little, like the divider, there's just a little play in there, but nothing too serious. As far as durability, I think it's pretty good. I don't know if it's going to really like the cold because nothing really likes the cold. It's been minus 30 all week here in Alberta. What's the downside? Well, like I said, a couple of things. Small little washers and stuff might slide through the bottom. That's not what I bought this for, and that's not what this is really designed for. Get something smaller, more compact for that. Now, let me show you. One thing I'm not... Shh, quiet. One thing I'm not real keen on are these latches right here. There's All the other ones come with these nice metal clasps, and they're not even any flex in them. I mean, they flex, but they're just made, they're a solid piece of plastic that just sits there. That is going to break after a while. So I'm glad they have the backup latches on the side, because I guarantee you I will break them eventually. Why they wouldn't put just a solid metal, hinged latch there for, even if it costs an extra $5, I'd have bought it. And the only other thing would be this handle right here. They could have made, I would have much rather had a rigid handle, but I guess they wanted something that folded in so that it doesn't stick out when you're storing, and I understand that, but they could have still designed something a little bit better. Hinge is nice on it. The bottom, really durable, really heavy duty, hard black plastic. And yeah, this does exactly what I want it to do. I want to be able to take this, throw it in the back of my truck, and not worry that I'm going to have to cuss and swear and play 52 pickup with all my nuts and bolts. That's really about it. Oh, one other little downside to this that maybe I'm just nitpicking, but those little dividers, if I take them out, and I've told you this before, if I take something like that out and I put it in a safe place in my garage, it disappears. Completely gone. Don't know what I did with it. Don't know where I put it. Don't know where it went. Never find it again. What I would love is somewhere in the back to slide those. I mean, yes, could I flip them over, put them down in there with my nuts and bolts? Sure. But they're going to be in the way. I'd like to have somewhere nice to just slide a little compartment for the extra ones underneath. Like a crib board where you keep your little pegs in the back. I guess old people play crib too, don't they? Shh, don't tell anybody. So, that being said, I like it. It absolutely works for what it needs to do. Things don't slide around. They hold my nuts and bolts. I bought 2 of these. One of them's full of lag bolts, and this one's full of all my other miscellaneous hardware. And I've got 2 bigger ones. Like I said, they're a little thicker, a little deeper, but they only have 10 compartments, and I'm going to use all my shark bite and my PEX plumbing fittings in there. And I'm going to build on it. I actually have an extra one I got on clearance the other day. Called the wife for permission. She said, go ahead and get it. So I was kind of happy. But yeah, so like I said, this is my old man review of a storage container system. And I needed something like this, and I hope you enjoyed this review, because this is the answer to a problem that you may not realize you have, and maybe you don't have it, but I most certainly do. And I needed something to organize all my hardware. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button if I give you enough material that it was worth your time. We have 3 videos a week here. Money Making Minute on Monday, our Wednesday Tool Time gear review, and on Friday is our Growing Your Handyman business. And if you haven't checked out ODYSEE yet, this channel's mirrored over there, but I also have a Saturday exclusive video, which is a weekend workshop video. Just get kind of talk about whatever I'd like to talk about. So go check that out. I would absolutely appreciate that as well. And as always, guys, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a great week.